Today we're doing a homemade carrot cake and giving it a tropical twist.
This special occasion cake is delicious as it is beautiful.
Layers and layers of cinnamon spice and everything nice.
And can we talk about the frosting? The frosting!
Yes, we can. Talk about the frosting on the cake. It all
amazing.
comes together to make the most scrumptious, like you said, special occasion cake. So let's get going.
We are making a huge cake today.
Oh, and it's big. Yeah, it's big. It's perfect for Mother's Day or for Easter or for anytime you want to cake.
Regular every day.
Let's talk.
All right, so we're going to put these ingredients together to add to the, I guess, the tropical feel.
Kind of gives it a tropical flavor.
Yeah, so I've got macadamia nuts. This is dry roasted, and that's a cup. I've got a cup of, sweetened coconut flakes.
Yes, you're getting it. You're getting it.
Then I have 3/4 cup of crystallized ginger. Oh, this is crystallized ginger. It is so good.
Yes, and it's
So
roughly
good.
chopped. Yep.
And a half a cup
quarter cup.
Oh, the quarter cup, sorry, of flour.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to get this in here, and I'm going to get it
Finely
as
chopped.
finely as I can get it.
Now I've got
There we
over
go.
here on my stand mixer, I'm gonna add 2 cups of just good old granulated sugar, and then I'm gonna add to that, I need to add some oil. So we're gonna add some vegetable oil, and this is a cup. I've done it with a cup of softened butter, and that's delicious too, but I find that the vegetable oil just really works. I find that it makes it really, really moist. How's it going over there?
I think this is good, Chris. What do you think?
That looks great.
That's
perfect.
awesome.
You
All
just
right.
want it to be. You don't want it to be that ginger to be too chunky.
Got it.
So okay. So now while I'm mixing this together, you can start putting
I'll
that
do
together.
some more dry mixes
I've got
together.
4 whole eggs over here. Eb is very interested in what's happening over here. He knows that I often shred cheese that way.
Oh,
in the-
yes.
And so the dogs know that sound, and they know cheese.
What were you shredding earlier? Oh, the carrots.
Yes. We'll show that. And the carrots are orange, so they thought it was cheddar cheese. And they were not happy that I didn't share any with them. Okay, keep going.
All right, so I've got 2 cups of flour here. This is the dry ingredients. 2 cups of flour, and then I've got 3.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt.
Look at you! Look at you! It's like
Yay!
It's almost like you know what you're doing. Okay, I added 4 whole eggs here, and one at a time until they get fully incorporated. And
Gold star for Wesley.
I know it. I tell you, we are on
I'm
a roll.
going to eat half this carrot cake.
This cake, once you get, as you can see, there's a lot of there's just a lot of components to it, but that's okay. It comes together to make the most amazing
Harrowing.
cake.
That
So
good?
once you get to the point that everything is doled out and you're ready to do it, then it comes together really pretty easily. Okay, so now we're going to add the flour mixture, the dry ingredients that Wesley just
How do you get this thing
brilliantly.
off of here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
I have to take the top off first.
Yes. That helps.
All right, and then you
Okay.
get this, yeah?
Yeah. So now I'm going to add, I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract that I'm going to add into here. This flavor taste is amazing. All right. Now we're going to add in this.
This is amazing.
This adds that. It does add a bit of that tropical flair that is just
I love it so
it
much.
really comes together wonderfully. Okay, now what I think this addition, this is crushed pineapple. It's 16 ounces. You can usually find 8-ounce cans, and you're going to put this in here with the juices.
Yes.
The addition of that pineapple, it's not overpowering. It just makes it super flavorful. It gives it that little bit of that tropical flavor, and it also makes it super duper moist. Okay, so now
And there are those carrots
So
we
these are
talked
the carrots
about.
that we just talked about. I used my food processor, and the doggy thought it was cheese. Eb likes carrots. Flo is very picky, and she's like, nope, I either want cheese or meat. Okay, we're gonna let this go until it's fully combined, and then we transfer it to the
clean up
pans.
this mess,
Yeah,
too.
let's clean
Yes.
up. Okay, beautiful.
Wow.
Ever since I was a little kid, I have just loved carrot cake.
Oh,
I
carrot
know.
cake is the best.
I think when I was really little, I was like, I don't want carrots in my cake. But it's just something. It's that spice, that cinnamon spice.
It's that,
mix.
but in all honesty, It's the frosting.
Well, yeah. This frosting is to die for. Okay,
All right,
let's
so
talk pans.
Yeah, so I've got the 3 cake pans here because it is a 3-layer cake, and I've got these little cake wraps. These are homemade.
Well, let me tell them what I did first before we jump to you.
Wow.
I know it's all about you, but just before we get to this cool thing that Wesley's going to tell about, these are 9-inch cake pans. You can do this in 2 pans if you want, but we love the dramatic appearance of 3 layers.
Yes.
And all I did was to make sure you don't want it sticking to the pan. That'll just ruin your day. So to be double secure in that, I get parchment paper and I just put the pan on the bottom and get a pen and then write around. Or you can use a pencil and
you draw a circle around
it.
it.
And it just, you don't want that. I draw sort of on the inside of the ink, so it'll be on the, it'll fit in there nicely.
In there, yeah.
You don't really want to cook with ink in there, so just, don't get the ink on there. Anyway, then you need to grease these. I just get some softened butter and paper towel and then grease the inside to make it even double sure. I add a little more flour.
You also oiled the top of that,
and I did. I oiled the top of that. I greased it,
yeah.
and just to make double sure. Okay, now you talk about your cake strips.
So these are cake strips, homemade cake strips. These are actually really good especially when you're doing a 3-layer cake, because it keeps them from burning on the edges, and then it also keeps them level so that you don't have to worry about a dome on that cake.
Yeah, they don't dome it. It insulates the side, so it's pretty amazing. Yeah. It really is. It makes it cook very evenly.
Yeah. So what I did is I just got some wet paper towels. Damp paper towels, and I wrapped them in foil, and then I wrapped them around this.
He did. I watched him do it. And
All right, let's do it.
It really is incredible how it works. Okay, now we're going to eyeball this.
Yes.
I'm going to do a little at a time.
Do a little at a time.
And then, oops. And
try and make it into the thing.
Yeah, you got clean fingers.
I got clean fingers. I got lickable fingers.
Well, I know.
Oh, but there's egg in that.
I know.
Oh,
did you lick your finger?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. All right, we're going to... Yeah, I know.
Not.
It's so tempting to want to eat this and like the cake batter.
Mix them up here too.
Okay.
Don't forget about number 1.
I know. All right, we're gonna. Here, you can help me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Just sit here and watch me.
I'm sorry. I'm just backed up and let you do it.
Okay. So I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. When you do these cake rings, because what that does is the steam, it somehow or another, it just makes the edges not cook as quickly because it's hotter along the sides of the pan. It may take a little longer for these to bake. So all you're going to do is the old toothpick test. It typically is going to take about 35 minutes for this to get to that perfect temperature and where they're perfectly cooked.
How do you think I'm doing?
I think you're doing good.
Hold on, I still got some more in here.
Okay, I think you're good. So now we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna let these go for 35 minutes, and then we're gonna take them out and let them cool, and we're gonna make that icing.
All right, I got it. All right.
Oh,
yay!
One of my favorite smells in the world.
Y'all. It is smells so good.
It really does, and these are beautiful. All right, I'm gonna very carefully.
Yeah.
See, they're flat, no doming in sight.
Look at
these
that.
look great. The color is beautiful. It's just a shame we can't eat them right now.
Those are gorgeous. Gorgeous.
So you see, and look, they're just like nice and flat. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off my oven, and we're going to do our old.
What did I do?
Grab? Where did my toothpick go? All right, hold on. Wesley's been using my toothpick.
Well, I had something in my teeth.
Okay, so now we're going to do the old trusty toothpick test, and we're going to just, if it comes out clean, it came out clean. So that, like I said, that was about 35 minutes. It may take a little longer. If you're going to do this in 2 pans, it probably will take you longer. But just, to get this nice color, and then it gets... where the toothpick comes out clean. So now we're going to make this glorious
I'm taking
icing.
these things off.
This icing is Wesley's favorite part of this cake.
It is so good.
And you're going to see why here in just a minute. So I have got a stick and a half. You want to make sure that you think advance on this, where you let your butter be at room temperature. So this is 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter, room temperature.
Everything at room temperature, yeah?
Yeah, for this, yes. And then I've got a good old heaping amount of room temperature cream cheese. That is 3 8-ounce packages, so that would be 24 ounces, I believe. My math is correct.
27? No, wait, no.
Anyway, well, it's not
Somebody.
It's 24. Okay, so now we are just going to cream this together, beat this together until it's nice and mixed. And this is such a simple cream cheese frosting, but it's so delicious.
My favorite part of this, besides just the amazingness of it, is
what?
You're going to put it in here in just a second. I don't want to give it away yet.
Oh, okay, I know.
You're making a cloud.
I know. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I know. I'm frosting the entire kitchen. So this is powdered sugar that we're putting in. This is 2.5 cups, and just be careful because it does. You know, I'm doing this a little quickly for the sake of time, but it does kind of like to poof all over the place. Okay, and then get a spatula, just push, doesn't that look good? The consistency is so good. Now, to continue in our little tropical theme, first of all, I'm going to eyeball this, but I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's probably a little more. And
that's okay. This is my favorite.
We're going to add some coconut extract. A little coconut extract goes a long way. So we're only going to do about a half a teaspoon. And
so good.
Flavor, it just gives that like that. It's that kind of tropical. It's not overly tropical, but it's really, really delicious.
Speaking of coconut,
yes,
I've got some unsweetened coconut. Oh no, these are sweetened coconut flakes.
Sweet.
And I am going to toast them because nothing's better than toasted sweetened coconut.
It's delicious and it's beautiful.
So good.
And you can do that well in advance. So now what we're going to do, just because you see the consistency of this, so it's nice and spreadable, but we want to make sure that it doesn't get it's a little warm in the kitchen, so we're going to stick this in the fridge.
I'm going to stick this in my mouth.
And that's okay to do because it's, there are no eggs. And we need to let this completely cool down, and I give it at least an hour, so then you can remove them from the pans. And then
we're going to come back and frost them. I'm going to go this way.
Okay,
Excuse me. What else?
If I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. I did make a cake.
Every time.
I know, I can't resist. Okay, shows how old I am. So anyway, now what it naturally kind of pulls away from the pan a little bit.
Those are great.
They do. We've let them completely cool. If you don't let them cool, the problem is it's going to melt. It will melt the icing.
There we go. Look at that, y'all.
Came out like a charm, and this parchment paper should just peel right away.
Yes,
Yay.
and I'm just going to go straight to my cake plate.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
That's nice.
Yay! All right, so now I'm going to butter this layer, and then I'm going to do the same thing to those 2 layers, and then we'll get closer to eating.
You're going to butter it?
I mean, frost.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Look
looking
at that,
good.
y'all. So it's a lot of work frosting.
No, well,
I'm working up a sweat.
You're very meticulous. So we're building the layers.
Layer by layer.
It's about a cup of icing per layer. And now it's time to tackle the sides.
Yeah, here we go.
We've done them before where you don't do it on the side. I'm just talking just to give you a break.
That was your mandarin orange cake.
Yeah, we've done that. Also, I was going to say these also make amazing cupcakes. But if you're going to do cupcakes, you're going to want to cut this in half unless you just want to eat icing for days.
All right, I'm going to start doing this.
All right. It's beautiful, Wesley. He's become quite the accomplished cake decorator.
Well,
You do a good job.
You.
So now this is that toasted coconut that we talked about. You want to also talk about your style of
I left it a little naked. My cakes, my frosting.
You want to clarify that?
Well, when you just get a little close to the cake, you see just a little shade of the cake underneath.
The interior a little bit.
I love that look.
It's a visually, just visually attractive. It's also this. Actually, it's a lot of icing for this cake, so you don't want to overdo it with the icing. So this,
it kind of adds to this cake because it's
elegant.
That toasted coconut on top.
I agree.
Come on, let's cut into that.
Let's do it. I know this has been a labor of love. Okay, this is me and cutting the first slice. I always get really nervous.
Just cut down into it. This cake is so moist.
It really is. It cut beautifully. Okay.
And because it's so moist, it sometimes sucks when you're trying to frost a moist cake.
Because
it
gets a little
crumble
crumbly.
a little bit.
No, it was great. All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Hold on to the top. Hold on to the top. Yes, gorgeous. Right there, honey. Give me some cake.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
beautiful.
Let's see it. I want to see if
Oh,
people can see
oh,
inside.
okay. All right.
Yay.
Yeah, it's
All
really
right.
great.
Wonderful.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna try and. I did one successfully. Let's see. Oh, I didn't cut all the way through. That's okay. All right. It's because I rush. I don't want people to like sit around and wait for us to eat cake. Okay.
All right, let's eat the cake.
Oh, let's eat the cake. We've been.
And what do I always talk about? Go for the frosting first. Wow.
No, you got to do the combination. Oh, that looks so good. It's so moist.
Yes.
I love cake. I really love cake. And I think this may be one of my favorite cakes.
Excuse me.
Where are you going with that? Where are you going with my cake?
I'm gonna go someplace private with this cake.
You're having a moment.
Wow, y'all.
That is just, in that the touch of tropical flavor.
That's the best part. It's not just your regular, ordinary cheesecake. You've got this wonderful.
It's not a cheesecake, it's a carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
It doesn't override. You still get that basic, wonderful carrot cake flavor. We just amp it up a little bit. So what do you have to say about that?
That is 100,000% Loon approved.
Yes!
A little more,
Oh!
because it's a cake, and I love cake.
Especially this cake.
Yeah.
You guys this is a special occasion
This
kind
is
of
a
cake.
labor of love.
It
That's
is
all I got to say.
It's a tower of a cake, but it is toweringly delicious. And we love you guys. You guys
Make
are
a
delicious.
cake.
Make a cake. Call somebody up and say, come on over, I'm making a cake.
Let's have a cakewalk.
Bye, everybody. Woo!